Just a day or so ago, I dramatically read Edge by Sylvia Plath, and now I'm going to analyze it and discuss it and explain all of the figurative language and basically everything that's going on in it. And I apologize if I keep on looking down. That's where my notes are, so yeah. I'm gonna read the first few lines of this poem, and then we're just gonna go from there. The woman is perfected. Her dead body wears the smile of accomplishment, the illusion of a Greek necessity. This one is quite a literal line, really, other than, like, the illusion of a Greek necessity. Like, I was kind of confused when I first read this before I researched it, but it turns out Greeks perceived suicide as a very honorable act, which it's not. I mean, of course, I would say that suicide itself, to me, is the opposite of honorable. It's kind of like a very cowardly thing to do. It's almost like you're running away from your life, and you're not letting life vanquish you. You're vanquishing your own life. It's just a stupid idea. Don't do it, please. So yeah, I already gave my input on more than half of this, because most of this poem basically deals with suicide. It's either about a woman who just committed suicide, or a woman who's contemplating committing suicide, or, well, obviously, she probably already made her decision by now, which is kind of funny, because Sylvia Plath herself was a woman who contemplated suicide more than half her life. So yeah. Her bare feet seem to be saying, "We have come so far, it's over." That obviously means her life was long, again, and it also probably means that, like, she's tired because her feet are bare, and she's come so far in life. Each dead child coiled a white serpent, one at each little pitcher of milk now empty. Now, when you first think of dead children, you think of something really morbid, but this is actually very, well, it is morbid, but it does have a reason behind it. It's kind of like a reference to Medea, who is a woman in a Greek myth who avenged her husband's betrayal by killing her 2 children, which, again, they consider to be an honorable act, but it's not. In fact, a few days later, Sylvia Plath, the writer of this, actually committed suicide, and she contemplated even on killing her children along with it, but she didn't, luckily, because she's not a bad author, and I would feel horrible if she would actually do something like that. But she didn't. She just killed herself, which is also horrible. She has folded them back into her body as petals of a rose when the garden stiffens and odors bleed from the sweet, deep throats of the night flower. This probably means, like, I like to think of the rose being a symbol of, like, her love life, because her husband actually cheated on her, and this is probably one of the things that drove her into actually genuinely committing suicide. So, yeah. And, like, the shriveled up rose in a garden, probably the garden represents her life, or people around her life, and she probably just feels really empty and helpless, because from this line, this is the last few lines, "The moon has nothing to be sad about, staring from her hood of bone. She is used to this sort of thing. Her blacks crackle and drag." Therefore, again, the moon has nothing to be sad about, which means no matter what you do, the earth and the cosmos and everything is still going to do the same thing, even if you're dead. So, that's kind of sad, but it's a very sad poem, and feeling the sense of hopelessness and detachment is a very big mood in this whole poem. So yeah, basically, this poem is a very bleak and lonely poem, and I would not recommend it to the depressed person, because this is one of those poems that make you feel depressed, and it'll probably make you feel even more depressed if you read more into it. But, oh well, it's been notoriously known for not being able to dissect that well, so if I didn't do it justice, then professional people who have degrees in this kind of stuff can't do it that well either, so sorry, Mr. McPeak.